And welcome back again.
These beacons serve as landmarks during my flights in bat form. Once I have committed their locations to memory, I can always return. In bat form, I can travel great distances with ease. From my vantage in the heavens, no region of Nosgoth is forbidden to me.
Do remember to step on the tile in front of the bat statues. I didn't on this occasion, so I'll have to come back and do it later on. One of the unfortunate side effects of pre-recording. Okay, time to get a new spell by the looks of it. Just do a quick save while we're here. And carry on with the good stuff. Most of the items in the game, be it armor, weapons, extra abilities and things, are in dungeons like these ones. So it's always worth just checking out the entrances to caves and things. You'll occasionally stumble across something that's worth looking into.
While it is true that natural light weakens a vampire, magical light can have many uses indeed.
And lucky you guys, we're not going to need that magical light very much. Unfortunately, with this being a PS1 game, the emulator tends to display it a little bit dark. The old PS1 games were done in 280p to kind of save memory, so trying to run them on a HD capture card doesn't really work. Anything below 480 is kind of rubbish. So yeah, this one in Soul Reaver 1 will be on emulator, so I'll automatically change the gamma to make it a little bit more viewable. So no need for light. While I was deciding whether to do the game or not, I had a quick look about YouTube to see what other people have done and whether it was really all that popular or anything. And one of the things I did notice was how dark everybody's videos were, so kind of made up my mind. There shall be gamma, we shall have light. Hopefully a big dungeon just for one spell. Just flick the switches and get the hell out of here. Unfortunately, I didn't have the benefit of the gamma whenever I was actually playing it, so I'm very bad at walking into spikes. For some reason it feels kind of much worse drinking from two at once than one. Much more decadent. This is one of the reasons I love the game series so much. I simply can't think of really any anti-hero in a game who's quite as bad as Kain actually is. He really is a bit of a bastard. Anyway, that's us done with the light dungeon. We shall continue on our journey.
daylight chases darkness, the vampire's power wanes.
So yeah, your strength is lower during daylight and higher during night, obviously. As you can tell, it takes a few more hits to knock these guys out at the moment. So if you're struggling against any... oh, hello. What are you doing to that bush? It's a bugger. So yeah, if you're struggling against a bunch of enemies, then it's probably worth saving them until night time. Yeah, okay, so this is the second of our forms. Technically, bat form is a form, but it's not one you use that often. In this area, we will find the wolf form, straight off as it happens.
My lupine form enables me to move like lightning and leap over obstacles barring my path, but the guise of the wolf brings with it its own kind of hunger and rage.
And there we go, we can now change into a wolf. Only problem being the wolf is damn fast, which makes it really hard to get close enough to an edge. There we go. To actually jump without getting skewered. Can fight as a wolf and drink blood as per usual, but the combat's a little bit clunky. Make our way around, collect stuff, and get the hell out of here, really. The wolf form allows us to basically do the jumpy bits earlier on in the game if you want to collect any of the secrets. There are a couple outside Kain's mausoleum. There's also one inside the bar where you first start. But as I said before, secrets in this game aren't really all that fantastic, so sodom. Let's continue our way through. Wolf form allowing us to jump over water and pretty much anything bad. And into the second part of this area. Oh, come on, it's not that hard. The attack in wolf form is really kind of off. Kain's got a nice sweep with the sword. The wolf doesn't seem to with the claws. Oh, for God's sakes. It actually is quite hard to control the damn thing. The problem is it's so much bigger in terms of the amount of space it takes up on screen. Kain kind of fits into a block, whereas the wolf doesn't. And back out the original cave. Just a quick save here. Make sure we don't have to do that again. Christ, even the dog's having a go now. Make our way up these cliffs. I think that's just a spirit forge actually. For each of the items you collect in game, there is a spirit forge for them somewhere. A spirit forge is basically... well, basically it's a forge where you sacrifice your blood. The more blood you sacrifice, the more of the item you get. Although it is a bit of a trade-off. And that's how you activate a bat statue. Make sure you do that on each one, otherwise they don't work. I'll activate this forge.
One must be wary in dealing with the spirit forges. The wraiths and shades that inhabit them offer items beyond mortal dreams in exchange for a sampling of your blood. The wraithsmiths forge their items with forfeit souls.
Shed your blood for me, and these artifacts will be yours.
So yeah, you can basically trade your blood straight off.
So, you come to the Spirit Forge for help, do you, vampire? Trade your secrets for the blood of the dead, I will.
And they drain your life, and you get more items. Later on, when you can mind control, you can bring in peasants and NPCs and things into these areas. And the forge will basically rip them apart and take their soul in return for quite a few items. You tend to get enough items during the game anyway, to be honest. I don't really use them all that much. Mainly because sacrificing that amount of blood leaves you at a bit of a disadvantage. Well, now I have to go and find somewhere to drink from. Bloody thing. There we go. Unfortunately, those knife throwers have got quite a bit of range on them. It's a bit better, at least we're not dying. Unfortunately, and mainly due to the game's age, combat does tend to get a little bit boring. Especially if you use the main weapons like I do. Oh, come on, hit him. Tends to be a little bit more exciting if you use the items and things. But you're better hanging on to those till later on. These early enemies really aren't much of a threat at all. Oh, recording first thing in the morning, wonderful. Yawning and stretching my way through the whole damn thing. And another mausoleum. A quick save before we continue any further. And see what goodies there are in the depth of this place. Ah. As you can tell by the casters up above, getting close to the little buggers is going to be a pain. These kind of piratey things with the cutlasses also work on the basis of the 8 cardinal points. So, unlike me, if you try and come at them on an angle, you tend to do a little bit better. So yeah, caster's pain in the arse, you can't get close enough to them. And those projectiles hurt like a bugger. So the spell in here allows you to deal with them from a distance, which is very helpful.
The energy bolt employs magical force in its rawest form. A messy spell, but a potent one nonetheless.
They Victus! They Victus!
Bloody hit's not registering because I'm at an angle. Just unfortunate the game's so old now. At the time there were kind of small issues with it that you lived with, but at the moment it's kind of showing me up quite badly.
The Heart of Darkness.
So yeah, Heart of Darkness of course is like an extra life if you've got one. You can also use it before death to increase your health. Just equip that energy bolt spell. Try and take care of these little bastards from afar. Unfortunately, dealing with them can be a real pain. Although kind of fun when you see them blow up. Watching things explode is always fun. Rule number 1 in games. And as you can tell here, Energy Bolt can also be used to activate switches, which is useful. Oh, go on, sod off. Free buffet as well? What a great place.
Please, help me, kind sir!
Okay, so obviously one of those switches wasn't meant to be pressed. Now we've got all the goodies. There we go. It's time to take care of Pirate Pete here. Oh, come on, register. There we go. Really don't like casters. Ah, crap. Out of mana too. Let's make our way around, pick up all the nice little extras. Go on, you orange pig. Because of the way knockbacks work in the game, it's also kind of very difficult not to get caught in the real sort of loop in terms of combat with casters. You can get yourself stuck in a corner very, very easily. They'll quite happily kind of knock you backwards into the corner. Keep sending out fireballs, so there's nothing you can really do about it. Not the best. Okay, so we have the light spell and we now have the rather nice energy bolt spell too. Give us a few more combat options. Continue on our merry way. Hacking and slashing away through the population. Doing what Kain does best, really. And if I remember correctly, we should be coming up to our first fountain very soon. Fountains enhance your ability. Come on, doggy. Oh, you rabid little git. Cave on the right actually is time based, by the way. There we go. Tends to be caves like this the whole way through the game. And they're based on various factors like whether it's day, whether it's night, whether there's a full moon, a half moon. So yeah, basically drink all the blood in the fountain.
Come, drink from us.
You can only drink from it once. If you try and drink the black blood, it'll hurt you. But in this case, it's increased your strength, so we can now move bigger boulders. Okay, as I said in the last episode, there won't be a 100% walkthrough with all the secrets in this. I'm going to give you a little bit of the secrets now, so you can see what I mean. Back at Kain's mausoleum. That's a secret. The vial of blood over to the left is also a secret. Just trying to read some of these, see if there's anything important on them, but obviously there isn't. So yeah, realistically in the game, most of the stuff, I'd say the vast majority of it in all fairness, is pretty rubbish. Certainly nothing I would waste my time over too much. However, there is quite a nice one in here. Now we have the strength upgrade. Oh well, I can't go in that way. Fair enough. If you remember in the previous video, there were 2 stones on blood on the floor. Moving those opens up a new area. So I think we'll go back and have a quick look at that. No, we don't need to save really. Can't remember if they're in this building or in the next one. Once a human has been killed in the game, it turns into a ghost like these guys, and drinking their blood helps to increase your mana instead of your health. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the right way. Make our way through without setting off too many traps and stuff. Go on, sod off. God knows why I'm opening up those chests. There's sod all in them once you pick them up the first time. This is what we want. And now we have the strength upgrade. We can actually move those stones off. Which opens up the door on the right. And gives us access to this secret. This one is actually worth doing. Obviously, the Heart of Darkness is always worth picking up.
A medley of death and evisceration. Let fate choose my enemy's demise.
So yeah, basically what I'm trying to show you is why I'm not doing the secrets in the game. The simple truth of the matter is most of them aren't that important. Occasionally you'll stumble across one with a couple of Heart of Darkness, which is the main reason for doing them in all fairness. Being able to restore health and things is kinda nice. There is also a glyph language in the game. You'll see a quick example of here. Very quick as it happened.